everyone, hope you're well. Welcome to our last assembly of this half term. And what we're going to do today is have a little look back over what we've been doing over the last few weeks and have a think about what we may do in the week or so going forward between now and the start of the next half term. Are you somebody who stuck to the narrow path, stuck to the same sorts of experiences you've been used to? Or have you been someone who's taken a risk? Have you strayed from the path and tried to find a new kind of experience? To help illustrate this point, I'm shamelessly roping in my dog Pippi. Okay, Pippi. Hey, Pippi. Ready? Go on then. Let's see which way you're going to go. Come on. Which way are we going, Pippi? Come on then. Yeah, now we're going to go this way. Come on. Let's try this way. Okay, that's pretty good. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Pippi. Come on. There we go. Well done. Oops. Pippi, come on. Come on. This way. Come on, let's go this way. Come on. Oh, it's not happening, is it? So, in amongst all of the hard work, it's really important to find something else that we can focus our minds on. And we're now going to hear from 3 members of staff who've each been trying to do that.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hablo español un poco. So that's what I've been learning whilst we have been working from home. I am currently on the rota at Burntwood School, so I am sat in an office answering phone calls, responding to emails, helping everyone get online to do their home learning. I hope everyone is well and I hope you enjoy the videos that you're about to see.
Hi Burntwood, Miss Farrington here. I hope you and all your families are well. I'm missing you all, and like all your teachers, I'm working really hard to make sure you get the right to an education even though we're not in school. Here in the Farrington household, we've been getting used to both of us working from home. I'd love to say that I'm now fluent in Klingon, the Star Trek language that Mrs. Brooks and I were trying to learn last year in school, but I've been so busy with so many other things, I just haven't had time. Seeing as we've been spending so much time at home, my wife and I have decided to put a new roof on the shed, to paint some of the front of our house, tried our hand at growing some tomatoes from seed this year, because obviously until last week we weren't able to get to the garden centres. My wife even decided to dye their hair blue, but it didn't really work. Our cats have loved having us around more. I've also been baking, writing letters to my friends in the old school way, binge watching the new Star Trek series Picard, reading all those books that my students have been recommending to me, doing my Pilates class on Zoom, doing loads of extra cleaning and reorganising, and continuing my studies in human resources. Which reminds me, I've got a 5,000 word essay to finish off and submit this weekend, so better be off. Keep to routine, keep busy, stay safe. Bye!
Hello everyone. I hope you and your family are all well and keeping yourself occupied during this time. I just wanted to share with you some of the things I've been doing in the last few weeks. Miss Shorrock mentioned last week that together with Miss Morton, we have signed up to Duolingo and we have started learning Spanish. I keep practicing every day and I'm really enjoying it. On the first photo, I'm writing the verbs down and learning the conjugations for present tense and the imperative. It's an excellent opportunity to brush up on my Spanish again, as it was quite a few years ago when I studied Spanish at the university. And if you don't practice and use the language regularly, you forget it. Secondly, I have taken up running. I don't particularly enjoy running and I prefer to attend gym classes, but with all the gyms being closed now, this was a great opportunity to motivate myself. I'm using an NHS podcast called From Couch Potato to 5K, and it's really fun. There are 9 weeks to go through and I'm on week 5 at the moment. I'm planning to continue to build my stamina and resilience and be able to run beyond 5k. And the third thing that I really enjoy is gardening. Here are a couple of plants I've planted, and I'm proud to say that they're all doing really well. I miss teaching and my daily interactions with students, and I'm hoping to see you all very soon. Until then, stay safe, and please do tell us what you've been up to.
So now it's over to you. What are you going to do this half term that's different from things you've done before? What are you going to do this half term that's different from what other people are doing? What are you going to be able to tell your future self that you've done during this time? Next half term, your DYCCs will be sending you through some suggestions of different kinds of creative things and all sorts of different ideas that you can get stuck into. One of those things will be this amazing website called Speakers for Schools, and I've put up here on this slide the schedule for half term. But every week there are 2 or 3 new talks from a whole range of people on a whole range of topics, so there really is something for everybody. You may well know that the Globe Online, the Globe Theatre, have been publishing each week a new play. And for those of you in Year 10 or possibly in Year 9 who are going to be studying Macbeth next year or are already studying Macbeth, really worth checking out this fantastic production. And sticking with the Shakespeare theme, I'm sorry, but I am an English teacher after all, the National Theatre Online are showing Coriolanus, and that will be from the 4th of June until the 11th of June, and really, really worth checking out. I have to admit that a guilty pleasure of mine is some silent movies. These are movies before sound was created, before they could actually sync the sound to the visuals. And it's really easy to kind of look down on those old films and think, well, they were just a bit sort of cheap and made before they had the technology to make a really proper film. But actually there's a real beauty in a lot of those movies, and 2 particular classics are available at archive.org. The first is The Kid by Charlie Chaplin. I'm sure you've all heard of him. He was a Lambeth boy who made his fortune in America, ended up becoming the most famous person in the world, you could argue. And the other is The General by another massive star of his time, Buster Keaton. And again, worth watching. I would say when you start watching, stick with it, because you have to kind of adjust your eyes to the fact that the quality is poor, and that it's just a different way of watching film. So, what will you be able to say at the end of this week? Will you be someone who gets to the end and is able to say, I strayed from the narrow path and tried something different? Or will you be someone who didn't? That choice is yours. Whatever you decide to do, I really do wish you, and I think we all wish you, a very pleasant half-term holiday, and we look forward to seeing you in June for some more do-it-yourself assemblies. Bye-bye.